Our top story at this time. Let's get you some details as far as this news is concerned. This is a breaking information at this hour. Russian President Vladimir Putin has praised the Prime Minister, hailing the G20 success. Says Modi depoliticized the decisions made in G20, and Modi's depoliticization made G20 successful. India gaining power under Modi's leadership is what Vladimir Putin has said.
Indian presidency, Prime Minister Modi managed to depoliticize the decisions that were adopted at the G20, and that is the only right way, because G20 back in the day was created as a platform to discuss economic issues, not political ones. Politicization of the G20 work is the best way to eliminate it. And the Indian leadership managed to prevent that, and that is a success without any doubt.
That's Vladimir Putin, in fact, praising Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the recently concluded G20 summit, where Vladimir Putin, who was not physically present from Russia, said that because Prime Minister Narendra Modi from India depoliticized decisions made during the G20 summit, and that really made it successful. What does one make of this statement coming in from the Russian president? Russia, remember, has been engaged in a war with Ukraine for almost 2 years now. This comes at a time when Vladimir Putin, of course, was not a part of the G20 summit, at least physically, has spoken about the fact that the summit was a success. Geeta Mohan has more details on that story. Geeta, what are your views as far as this statement from the Russian president is concerned, of course, in the backdrop of the war with Ukraine?
Well, the Russian president, not the first time, just a few days ago, he had mentioned it at the Economic Forum, and now at the Valdai conference, he has completely come out and endorsed Prime Minister Modi and India's stand, but also goes ahead and talks about the fact that there needs to be strategic autonomy, and in that appreciating India and India's G20 presidency, wherein the fact that condemnation for the Russia-Ukraine war was not part of the G20 New Delhi declaration, clearly spells out what Russia and how Russia is going to move forward. For Russia, it's an endorsement, and it comes from none other than Russia's friend and ally, India, as also not without the support of China. So the Russian president over here, not just appreciating, but also emphasizing on autonomy and independence in carrying out one's foreign policy.
That's right. Geeta, anything that you picked up, at least as far as India is concerned, vis-a-vis this statement from the Russian president?
Well, right now, no reaction coming in from the Indian side, but this has been an ongoing discourse, so to say, from the Russian side when it comes to endorsements. There are only a very few countries who actually stand by Russia, and with the kind of engagement India has had with Russia, it seems like for Moscow it is important to emphasize the importance of India's leadership when it comes to the global fora, as also the fact that this comes at a juncture, Sneha, when Ukraine is finding it very difficult to get its aid and support from the West, particularly from the United States of America. And that's why we're looking at conversations that Zelensky is now having with Europe with regards to aid and support of weapons and ammunition. So at a juncture where Russia-Ukraine war has become very critical to see what support which country is getting. For President Vladimir Putin, India's support is critical, and that's what he's been appreciating all along. He has taken a jibe, and he's hit out at the Western countries, saying that they try to influence various countries, but India has not been influenced, and that certainly has been an uptick, and is the reason for an uptick in ties between India and Russia, between New Delhi and Moscow.
All right. Geeta, thanking you for the moment for getting us those details as far as that statement from Russian President Vladimir Putin is concerned.